important. So, yin yang, they are two halves of the same circle, and we embody both within us. And where did the symbol come from? So if you were to put an obelisk, which is that tall thing that you stick in the ground, and you were to mark the sun's patterns across the sky from the shadow that that obelisk makes on the ground, guess what kind of pattern it makes? Pretty cool, huh? So if we're watching and meditating, watching the cycles of the sunrise, the sunset, its position across the sky, and we study that over a period of time, this pattern emerges. Now, why is it so important? Because we have this pattern, the same pattern that the sun makes in the sky is the same pattern that it makes inside our bodies as well. So we embody both sides, the Agni, the fire, and the Yin, which is the cooling water, male, female, day, night, sun, moon, all of that, all within us. So the sun comes in us, activates chakras as it flows through, just like the cycles of the sun, same patterns. And when you turn it like this, and you add that line across it, yogis, we call this the ecliptic. And for everyone else out there, maybe the horizon line, maybe that's a better way to describe it. So the sun is coming up and down all the way through that, cycling round and round. And then after a while, it starts to look like in 3D, if you were to make this into 3D, it looks like a DNA strand. Looks like the very fibers of our being, doesn't it? So there's an aha moment for you. And when I saw that for the first time, I wanted to share that with everyone I knew, because it's like a map on how we are to balance ourselves. The black, the white within us, we balance it using yoga and meditation, because when we're out of balance and out of whack, our sun, moon, and stars can go all over the place, and we want them to all be working together as one. And the very word yoga itself means to yoke, to unite, to bring together the mind, body, breath, spirit, all working together. Ekagrata, focused in one direction. It's like organizing everything within yourself to work at your optimal level. And yes, we want that, right? Yes. So that is what that yin-yang symbol has to do with you. That is why you are so important, not only in your own world, within your body and those around you, but in the entire world and universe beyond. So let's go ahead and get started with our meditation. Come into a comfortable seated position. Sukhasana, easy pose. Yoga can be as easy or as hard as you make it. There's always the beginning point to each pose, and if that's as far as you go, you want to stay in your breath, stay into a place where you can be and breathe. So close your eyes, start to hunker down and relax every muscle in your body now. Bring all your focus and attention, awareness to your breath. As you breathe, you're inviting prana on the inhale to come inside, fill your lungs. And on your exhale, you're letting go. It's like a catch and release, catching the breath, catching that energy, and then releasing it out. Taking what you need, leaving the rest. It's a lot like religion or politics, you know? Nothing is taboo here. You take what you need, leave the rest. Leave all the funky, weird stuff out, you know, that doesn't speak to you. Inhale that energy and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, the easiest way to get into a meditative state of mind is to simply listen. Focus on the sounds of the ocean. Allow time for your brain to sync up and start downloading all of this information. Allow your relaxation to move you even further and deeper into that heightened sense of awareness. The more you let go and the more you let yourself relax, the higher you will rise. the more you will increase that level of consciousness, that deeper connection, just relaxing into that feeling of who you really, truly are inside. And it's not the titles, it's not even the name you were given at birth. Just forget all about that right now. You're moving into a place coming from all that is to all that isn't. Polar opposites of each other, just like the yin and the yang symbol. We heat things up to cool it down. So continue to breathe deeply here as we activate our bandhas. Bandhas, strong abdominal lock. So pull your pelvic wall up. It's like pulling your bottom up and your navel in, locked out strong towards your spine. Yet keep your chest relaxed. Keep your heart open, shoulders down your back. Practicing balancing that action with relaxation. Strong here, relaxed up here. And it takes some practice to get used to how this feels, to have a locked out, strong core, yet relaxed breath. So take your time, never be too hard on yourself. Just always bringing your focus and attention, awareness. Is your core strong? You want to keep this strength throughout your practice. So the whole yoga practice is an abdominal workout for you, as well as conditioning yourself to where you control your breath. Sending your breath to the back of the throat. It's called the Ujjayi breath. You might even constrict your throat just a little bit so that you're pulling air in on the inhale and then pressing it out on the exhale. Relax here. Strong in the core here. Balancing both sides of the yin and the yang within your body. Yes? Good. Now let's breathe it out. Inhale. Circle, sweep arms. Come all the way up. And exhale. Hone it. Center it in. Heart center. Inhale. Circling up, out, and around. And exhale. Inhale. Gathering up your prana. Reaching past the fingertips. And exhale. Harnessing your energy within. A simple side stretch. Inhale, one arm up and over, stretching out your side waist, lengthening here. And exhale, keeping your core strong as you move towards the other side. And breathe your way back to center. Just hands to knees. We're just going to bring one shoulder forward and down. Just stretching out your neck. So keep the top of your shoulder down and back. And then slowly breathe your way to the other side. Just very gently opening up your body, letting it wake up. Giving your body plenty of time. Using your breath to see where your body is at today, how you are feeling today. Oh. Come back to center. And now place your hands behind you. We're just going to open up the heart to the sky. Open up your throat chakra. Gently let your head come back. And slowly coming forward, reaching both hands in front. For every forward bend we make, a back bend is needed and vice versa. So think about how many times you forward bend a day and try to counter them with back bending. You need both, yes? Now come into cat's cow. This is just the sequence to warm up your lower back. So tabletop your spine, neutral position, hands, knees, hip-width distance apart, just moving back and forth, opening up into cow, And then rounding your spine into your cat. Breathing your way. Moving from one opposite to the other. And each time you come into the full extent, see if you can open up a little bit more. Very gently. Good. Pulling the navel up towards the spine. And then opening up your heart a little bit more. Good. Now back to neutral tabletop. So just lengthen out your spine. So natural traction, pull forward through the crown of your head and back through the tail. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, and inhale your hips up into downward facing dog. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Spread your fingertips wide like starfish. Flatten your palms. Grip with your fingertips as you press your knuckles down. And just start to alternate heel down to the ground as you very gently press your hips back and up towards the sky. Just walking it out. Poking and prodding your tissues to life as you breathe and just let your head go. Allow the blood flow to your brain, washing away any old belief systems that no longer serve purpose in your body, in your life, in your world. Just letting all of that go. Good. Now slowly start to walk your hands and feet together. We're going to come up to standing. So flat back, belly in, inhale. Strong legs, circle sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Now we're going to come into side stretching. So just cross one foot over the other. And go both sides, so it doesn't matter which foot it is. And then you want to scissor your legs, so strong midline. So squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, one arm comes up, bending over to the side. And exhale to the other side. Really stretching out the sides as much as you can and switching the cross on the feet. Inhale, one arm comes up and over, and exhale. Other side. Good. Now, spread your feet about hip width distance apart. Toes point straight forward, heels back. Hands to your lower back. Tuck your tailbone under and very slowly start to press your hips forward. Roll your shoulders back as you open up your heart and your chest to the sky. Very gentle back bend. And think about giving as much space to each vertebrae all the way down from your sacrum to the crown of your head, all the way up to the top of your neck. So you're lengthening. And draw that length, going past your heels all the way through the top of your head. So it's more of a lengthening than it is about bending backwards. One more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly start to release. Tuck your tailbone under, bringing your chin here. Neutral spine. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, forward fold. Flat back, belly in, slight bend in the knees. Come all the way down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Now bend your knees a lot and just let your chest rest on your thighs. Breathe here. This is the counter pose to the back bend. This is the yin to your yang. And you just relax here. That's what I love about yoga. For every pose that we heat it up, we follow it by a pose that cools it down, even if it's just for a moment. It gives you that second, that break to regulate your breath. And now, we're gonna come into the flow. So walk your feet back, hands forward, coming into a high push-up. Now, if this is your first time, you can bring your knees down to the mat, tuck your tailbone under, long spine, bend your elbows and lower down. Hover about halfway to where your chest is just hovering above the mat. Inhale, roll over the toes, lift the thighs, chest is open. This is upward facing dog, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, use your core to pull your hips back into your downward facing dog. Good, take a breath here. Chest back towards the thighs, lifting your tailbone high to the sky. Good. And now reach your right leg long behind you, pointing the toe, reaching past the toes and lengthening, stretching every muscle in your leg. I'm going to come into warrior one. Inhale. Place your foot between your hands. Now your back heel comes down to the mat. Both heels are in one line. Square your hips. Left hip forward, right hip back. Strong foundation. You want to build a nice strong foundation as you inhale. Upper body, arms to rise. Exhale. We're going to just come into eagle arms. So you're going to swoop the left arm underneath the right. Hooking your elbows. If this is not available to you, you can just reach for your shoulders. That's perfectly fine. You just want to squeeze your shoulder blades wide, apart from each other, down your back. Good. Squaring your hips to the front, straightening out your back thigh to the sky, and breathing, focusing your eyes one point. Now, if this is as far as you go, that's perfectly fine. You can stay in warrior one with eagle arms, especially if this is your first time. Now, if you've done this before, I'm sure you know where we're going with this. We're going to make our eagle fly. Inhale, press softly off your back foot, straightening your front leg as you teeter-totter. Your upper body forward and down, lengthening your leg long behind you, reaching past the toe. Deep breath here. Focus your eyes, leveling out your hips, and maybe roll your left hip down just to even it out with the right. And now full eagle here. Without letting your toe touch the ground, bring your leg up and over, cross-legged position. Good. Very gently sitting down and squaring your hips, shoulders facing forward, and squeezing in your midline. So you're hunkering down into that midline strength, grounding down. And maybe lifting the elbows up. And you can stay here, or if you'd like to round your back, putting your eagle to sleep, bringing elbows down to knees. It's whatever you feel like doing today. Maybe it's too early in the morning to do that. It's perfectly fine. And then slowly start to come back out, using your breath always. Slowly start to unwrap the leg, send it back to warrior three as you reach your arms and elbows forward and your leg back in the opposite direction. And slowly bring your heel down to the mat. Exalt your eagle, so deepen your lunge. Bring your elbows up high. Exhale. Both hands come down to the mat. Step your feet back into high plank. Press back through your heels. Bend the elbows. Keep them tucked into the side. Lower down and hover in your staff. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Open up the chest. And exhale. Lift your hips back into your down dog. Now resist the urge to pant your breath out here. Take deep, long inhales and exhales. Take your time conditioning you how to control your breath rather than it be the other way around. So really take your time on the inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Good. Other side. Inhale. Left leg lengthens back. Point the toe. Nice and long. Exhale. Bring the foot through. Plant between your hands. Warrior one on this side. So back heel comes down to the mat. Strong anchor. Square your hips. Left hip back. Right hip forward. Inhale. Upper body to rise. Good. Breathing your way from one side to the other. Taking your time, allowing you to settle into your breath. Eagle arms. Moving with your breath. Now it's the opposite elbow. Right elbow underneath the left. Wrapping your arms. And just taking whatever grip you can. Setting your focal point, your eyes, resting on one spot, your ekagrata, eclipsing all distractions. And you can stay here in this wonderful eagle arms warrior pose. Or you could take flight. Inhale, press off your right foot. Ah, I fell into a hole. And slowly start to bring upper body down. Right leg extends long behind you. Helps to have a stable foundation. I love the sand though. The sand is great. It kind of molds itself to your foot after a while. Even if you fall at first, it's okay. Get right back into the pose. Your body is learning. Your spirit is growing. You know where we're going. Full eagle. Without letting your toes touch the ground, bring your right leg up and over the left. Cross leg position. Tuck your tailbone under. Squeeze towards your midline. Keeping the spine nice and long. Maybe lifting the elbows up. And then maybe rounding your spine. Bring elbows and knees together. Putting your ego to sleep. No matter what it is you do today, you're still getting the benefits of yoga. You're still getting the benefits of resetting the body. Good. On the out breath, we come out. Inhaling up. Unwinding, coming back into your warrior three. And going as slow as you need to go. It's no race, no competition. And very slowly setting your leg back down to the ground. Exalt your eagle now. Bringing, whoa! I'm kind of on a hill. I don't know if you could see that. So if I fall a lot, take that as an example. Doesn't matter if you fall. And release. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Here we flow it out. Bend the elbows, lower it down and hover. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale. Lift your hips back to down dog. Deep breath. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Good. In through the nose. And out through the nose. And now walk your feet towards your hands. We're going to come into a wide stance. So bring your feet further than shoulder width distance apart. We're going to come into goddess. So flat back, belly in, inhale. Circle sweep arms, come all the way up. And then just turn your heels out, or heels in, toes out. There you go. There you go. Good. And just come down as far as it feels good to you. You don't want to overstretch the muscles. So everyone is at different, levels, and never compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Just want to pull your pelvic wall up and tuck your tailbone under. So pull pelvic wall up, tailbone under, spine long. So pull up through the crown of your head, nice and tall. Good. Now place hands on the knees. Just gonna bring one shoulder down at a time. Yeah? Wave hello, world. Come do yoga with me. Chris and T, hello. I'll be dragging people from the beach. And come back to center. Inhale, circle, sweep up. And exhale, sit down a little bit deeper. So when you inhale, you're gathering up energy. And when you exhale, you use that energy. Now use it. Sit down a little deeper. I love the Hawaii beaches. They're all public. Public access. Yes. The beaches are free. Aloha is free. And release. Hands down to the ground. Now turn your toes in. Heels out. Flat back, belly in. Tabletop your spine here. Good. Exhale, bend your knees. And we counter that pose. Just let your head relax. Bend your knees as much as you like. As you gently breathe your tailbone to the sky. Especially if you're working with tight hamstrings. Very easy stretch here. Good. Now bring the left hand to the center. Inhale, right arm comes up. Very gentle twist. Found in my twist, I'm breathing up, reaching through my extended arm, and then pressing the opposite heel a little bit more in the opposite direction. You see that? Working the yin yang, the polar opposites of each other, working together as one piece of the pie, yeah? Other hand comes down, breathe the other arm up. And twist. Good. Come back to center. Strengthen through your legs, flat back, belly in. Arms out to the sides, come all the way back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Now toe heel your feet in. We're gonna come to Gajah Utkatasana, elephant chair. So sit back and down. Bring the elbows, palms together. Then reach the elbows up to shoulder height. Bring your weight back into your heels. You can lift up your toes just to feel where that weight should be. This will help you balance here so that you're not falling forward too much or following back. Good. Keeping your breath nice and long. Resisting the urge to pant it out. Inhaling to gather up your energy. Exhale, now use your energy, sit down a little bit more. Good. Here we balance. Slowly start to lift your heels, coming onto your toes. Good. Sit down a little bit deeper, hinge at the hips. You can do it. Lift your elbows up a little bit more. And release, forward fold. Just let your body relax over your legs. Toe heel your feet in just a little bit more. And then grip your big toes here. Bend your knees a lot. Let your elbows come out to the sides. And just relax. Continue to squeeze your big toe. There's your action. And then relax. One more deep breath here. And relax. Now place your hands. Step back into high plank. And we're going to lower it all the way down. So on your inhale, very slowly, just bring your hands to the sides, roll your shoulders back, Sphinx. Point the toes directly behind you. Activate your legs, so you're pressing your legs back past your toes and down, and lengthening your back, giving space to each vertebrae. That way you don't collapse in your lower back. So think about pulling up through the crown of your head. It's more about length than it is about coming into that back bend. You don't want to look like an Allen wrench. You want to look like a beautiful long line that goes past your toes and past the crown of your head, lengthening as much as you can. Slowly release, straightening your arms, lifting your hips, coming onto your knees. Child's pose, hips back to heels. Arms forward, head down. Good. Now walk your hands back in towards you. Coming into camel. Loving these back bends, countering all the forward bends we do all the time. Hands to the lower back. Maybe bring your knees a little bit further apart. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Very slowly start to lift your throat up to the sky. Opening it up. Tailbone tucks under. Very slowly pressing your hips forward. As you open up, very simple back bend. Again, you don't have to come too far into the pose. Maybe as far as you go, especially if this is your first time. Breathing in and out through your nose. And using your exhale to come out of the pose. Slowly start to release, coming all the way up. Head is last to lift. Bringing hips down towards the heels. Child's pose. Just let your spine unwind for a moment. And then bring your knees together for rabbit. Sarsangasana. Now you're going to bring the top of your head down, and you're just going to grip your heels. Well, don't get too caught up in the mechanics of this one. Your thumbs are on the outside, fingers on the inside of your heels. Now just around your spine as you straighten your arms, lifting your hips up to the sky. So you're rounding your back and stretching out your sacrum here, the bottom part of your spine. Pulling the belly in, shoulders down your back, and gripping your heels. Breathing it away, sending your back up, opening up your shoulder blades, rounding them. And breathing into your thoracic spine, the top part of your spine. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly bring hips to heels, rounding your spine, coming all the way up. Chin is last to lift. Good. Are you still with me? Inhale, circle sweep, come all the way up. And exhale. Letting go of the effects. Inhale. And exhale. Letting go of whatever came up. Maybe nothing came up, maybe a lot came up. Inhale. Exhale. Every day is different. Good. We opened ourselves up in camel, and then we close it in rabbit sarsangasana, and then we breathe it away with our breath. Perfect. Let's face forward now. One last forward bend and stretch before I have to leave you till tomorrow. So bring your feet forward, heels to the front, and then just walk your hips back one by one, getting as much of the flesh out from under your sit bones as you can. Inhale, circle sweep arms, come all the way up. As you exhale, you're going to reach towards your feet. It's okay if you don't touch your feet. Just grip anywhere that you can along your legs. And you want to have your toes spread nice and evenly apart. And just round your spine here. Let the muscles fall where they may. And allow your breath to do all the work. Circulating your breath throughout your body. And on your out breath, slowly come out of the pose. Bring your hands behind you, fingertips pointing forward, point your toes, and lift your hips up. Chin towards the chest, tuck the tailbone under. Just for a moment here, straightening the arms. And sit the hips back down. Cross one knee over the other. Gently hug with the opposite arm. And inhale. Arm to rise. And exhale. Twist a little bit further. Slowly start to switch sides. Lengthening one leg, bending the other, crossing it over. Giving yourself a nice squeeze, good hug. Inhaling, opposite arm to rise. Just to lengthen your spine. Get as much space and length in each vertebrae, yeah? And then bring the arm behind you. Planting it down, nice and solid foundation as you twist. Bringing out the spine. And release, slowly coming back to center, crossing the legs in Utkatasana, your easy pose now. Taking a breath, inhale, circling up, and exhale, centering it within. Inhale, circling up high, and exhale. One more, clearing out any stale energy stuck within you. And then setting your intention here. Thinking about your Wednesday. What do you want to bring most to the world today? Or maybe dedicating this day to someone special or something special in your life. Whatever your intention may be, let's breathe it out into the universe. Inhale, prayer hands lift directly up, sending out to the universe. As you exhale, full circle coming right back to you. Inhale, sending it out and around, knowing everything you do comes right back to your heart center. Last time. Inhaling it out and around. Exhale, coming right back to where we all began. Whatever today throws your way, may you rise to the occasion. Make lemonade out of that lemon, whatever it may be. You are very blessed, and I am so grateful to be here, be a part of that on this journey with you. Mahalo and namaste. Yay, we did it! Aloha! Mahalo! Thank you for practicing yoga and meditating with me. First timers, are you glad you did yoga today? Old timers too, yes? Thank you so much for being here with me. Hi, Miles. Hi, George. Hi, Magic Square. Inspired for Success. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love being able to do this with you. And this is your last chance to share this with the world. Do your part in spreading the love. So click the 3 dots to share if you're on Periscope. Hit the share button if you're on YouTube or Facebook. multiple platforms, and make sure you follow or subscribe. You should see the button on there somewhere. Let's work together to leave this world a better place than when we found it. Yes, this is Elaina, streaming free live yoga directly to you for Fit.live. Mahalo for joining me. See you tomorrow, same place, same time, for your daily inspiration and motivation. And if you've missed any episodes, you can find them at elainayoga.com. Aloha and namaste.